So news just came out that the Lakers picked up Nick Smith Jr. Funny thing is, during the draft, a lot of Lakers fans wanted them to draft him instead of Jalen Hood-Schifino, who I believe is currently out of the NBA. He might be on a two-way somewhere. I know he played with the Sixers last season, but I don't know if he got signed in the offseason. However, I digress. I like the signing. He's 21 years old. He's shown potential as a scorer. He's having efficiency issues. He shot 39% from the field in both seasons, but last season he did make massive strides as a two-point shooter. It turns out as a rookie, 2.8 two-pointers attempted per game, just 35%, not very good. Last season, he shot 4.4 two-pointers per game, 45%. That's a significant improvement, and also he upped the volume. Now that efficiency jump was really an improvement in the mid-range and also in the paint. He still really struggled finishing at the rim. That definitely is something he has to improve on if he wants to reach his potential. The thing is, his three-point shot fell off a cliff compared to his rookie season where he shot 2.9 per game at 43%. Very, very impressive. However, he upped the volume to 5.1 three-pointers per game, and it dropped down to 34%. So considering he's young, still growing as a player, is a small guard in the NBA, that's always difficult to make that adjustment. Some could say he was just not used to shooting that high a volume from three in the NBA. The next goal for him should be maintaining that efficiency from the two-point region, but also getting back to 40% from three, and then his field goal percentage should be respectable and not at 39%. I think the vision for him in terms of sticking in the NBA is finding that Malik Monk role off the bench, thriving as a secondary ball handler and scoring when he's in there with the stars. But also, in the minutes without him, you can give him the rock and he can carry for small minutes and keep the offense afloat. If you look at his basketball index, he grades very well as a one-on-one scorer in pretty much every single category. And that's what really pops when you watch his film. Here he's going up against a well-respected defender in Mikal Bridges. He showcases a quick first step to get around him a bit, stop on a dime, and then he quickly goes up as Mikal's trying to recover. On that play all around, he was just too quick for him, and he relied on the floater. And you're going to see that a lot in his highlights. He loves it, and I'm not going to lie, it's really sweet. This time he's catching, and Caleb Martin thinking he's probably just going to shoot the rock. And that blazing quick first step just catches him off guard. See you later. But how about this? With the left hand, avoiding a very athletic shot blocker in Adam Bona and just kissing it off the glass. And this play is crazy. He's on the basketball. He's switch hunting PJ Washington, another well-respected defender. Hits him with a between and then a double between. Then he's lightning quick. Washington sticks on his right side. So guess what? The left-handed floater is open and it's nothing but net. So as you can tell, there's something there scoring-wise. I mean, he pretty much can do it all. The next step for him, and the question is, can he consistently maintain respectable efficiency? And then, of course, the question is, what can you provide outside of scoring? The modern NBA is all about two-way players, especially when it comes to complementary players around your star players. It's not like he has to become a lockdown defender. He just has to find a role defensively. On Basketball Index, he was graded C- for perimeter isolation defense, C+ for ball screen navigation, off-ball chaser defense B, and then pickpocket rating F, passing lane defense F. So not great, but not terrible either. You also got to keep in mind he's been on the Charlotte Hornets, and let's just say their defensive team structure was not a good place to be in. Quite frankly, everyone was a bad defender on the Charlotte Hornets, it seemed. So maybe he has more potential on that end of the floor than we would think. He does have a long wingspan for his size, 6'8" to be exact, but now I want to read his NBA draft profile on NBA.com. It will give you a better idea of what he can become if he were to reach his fullest potential. This was from 2023, right after he was drafted. Smith should make an impact as a rookie and has the talent to develop into a borderline star down the road. Particularly if he progresses as a playmaker to complement his scoring. Smith's game shows shades of Jamal Crawford, Malik Monk, in Jordan Poole. If you watch his highlights, he's nothing crazy as a playmaker, like he's not Luka level, but he does have good instincts and can balance his scoring and passing ability. And also, to start out his NBA career, he's been averaging more assists than turnovers, which is a good sign. 2.4 assists per game last season to 1.4 turnovers. Within the NBA world, I feel like most people believe that complementary players who only bring scoring and nothing really else don't provide much value when it comes to winning basketball, but I feel like it's gone too far. Still, the most important aspect in basketball is putting it in that bucket. We quickly forget because, the Draymond situation, but Jordan Poole was so important for the Warriors during that playoff run. He was averaging 17 points per game, mostly off the bench in 27 minutes. And he was pretty much a negative defender over that season. Also, look at the Pacers' last playoffs. I mean, Benedict Mathurin was one of the worst defenders in the NBA, maybe the worst, graded on Basketball Index. However, you're lying to yourself if you believe they would have made the finals without him. Even though he had bad games here and there and you wanted to rip your hair out watching him, each and every series, he had games where he would put up 20 points in like 20 minutes. So yeah, it's going to be very tough for Nick Smith Jr. to find a role in the NBA. It's tough for every single player, but he definitely has potential for sure. And on a two-way contract for the Lakers, it could be a nice high reward type situation. I'm excited to watch him in the preseason. He's probably going to have great games here and there.